Hey everybody, it's Markwell K, your favorite neighborhood lawyer with Trademark Law, back with another free resource for you. Today, we're gonna talk about 3 common trademark issues. Disclaimer alert, this is not an exhaustive list of all the issues you can find with trademarks, but this is a few common issues that you may see. Common issue number 1, you incorrectly identified the good or service on your trademark application. When you're filling out your trademark application, you're going to identify the good or service that your mark is associated with. Now, importantly, when you're identifying the good or service that your mark is associated with, don't get this confused with how you're using your mark. For example, if you're operating a winery and you use your trademark on wine labels, you're not going to identify on your trademark application that you create labels. You're going to identify that you're a winery. If you make a mistake and you identify that your trademark is associated with labels and not with a winery, your entire trademark application could be refused. The USPTO will go, hey, you sell wine. You don't sell labels. I think this mark is associated with wine, and as a result, your trademark application fails because you selected the wrong good or service. This is common issue number 1. People often identify on their trademark application how they're using the mark, rather than associating their mark with the correct good or service that they provide. Common issue number 2, your trademark is generic. Now, while some people get away with having generic terms be a part of their trademarks, having an entire trademark be a generic term is common issue number 2. A lot of my clients want to use their location and a descriptor for their trademarks when they come up with their company name. New York Entertainment, Colorado Bookstore, Colorado Marketplace, Colorado Cafe. These are things that are going to be very, very tough to get a trademark on. Not only are they just descriptors and they're generic for the industries and services being provided, they don't tell anyone how you're unique. They don't give you any brand identity. And oftentimes, you're going to find that the USPTO doesn't want you to own these generic terms. They want entrepreneurs to be able to use terms like cafe, use terms like computer, cotton t-shirt, app store, and other descriptors and generic terms that help identify and describe the services and goods being provided. You won't be able to own these things. But a lot of times, this is a common issue people try to do. People try to trademark these things because they're helpful for coming up with a business name. They're helpful for telling their customers what they provide or what goods they're going to give them, but they aren't good trademarks. Keep that in mind when you're developing your own. Common issue number 3, your trademark has already been registered. Every now and again, I have a client that ends up in this position. They think they've come up with something unique, something characteristic to their brand, something no one else has come up with, and then they find it's been taken. This is tough to deal with, and I sympathize with anyone who's in this position. But come up with something else. You can do it. You have the mind. You've developed this business. You've built this brand. You have the creative capacity to develop something new. Don't worry. It's not the end of the world. And odds are, if someone had that mark already, it wasn't that creative in the first place. That's all, folks. Thank you so much for joining us today. Once again, this has been 3 common trademark issues. I am Markwell Cade with Trademark Law, your favorite neighborhood lawyer. Protect your brand, grow your business. Stay frosty, my friends. We'll see you next time.